your talks often begin with speaking about erections and testosterone.
Yeah.
Is semen retention, and you're familiar with the whole NoFap movement and all that, right?
Yeah.
Is that something you have experimented with? And or how do you look at sexuality as a chapter within the larger chapter that we call longevity?
Yeah. We looked at semen retention, and if I remember correctly, there was a short spike of testosterone, like day 3 or 4.
Yes.
And then it came back to renormalization, but there was no long-term benefit. So I think that's the case. We just dipped our toe into the topic. Basically, we did enough research to say it doesn't seem like there's anything here that we can see. Maybe interesting short-term data, but like nothing meaningful. So it just didn't make our cut for the research.
Okay. Is sexuality a factor that's being measured? Any aspect of sexuality?
Yeah, I mean, so like I mentioned before that we reduced my thymus age by 7 years, right? That's probably one of our biggest accomplishments.
Gotcha.
No one cares, right? No one knows what the thymus is. No one cares if your thymus is old or young, right? The only thing you care about, so what people care about is boners. Right? So I was basically like, as a team, we were having this conversation one day. So it was all by accident. I was doing this therapy and I was sitting on this device, electromagnetic stimulation. So like I use it on my abdomen to build muscles, and I did this, and I started having, every time I'd wake up, I was erect. So I spoke to my team. I was like, you guys, what is going on? Like, why am I having so many nighttime erections? And so we started poking around the literature. We're like, actually, nighttime erections are like a really important health marker. It's not just like some funny topic. It's not something we just like laugh at. It actually is a really important biomarker, because men who do not have nighttime erections are 70% more likely to die prematurely. It predicts death. And so I said to my team, like, okay, then what would it take for me to have the most measured penis in the world? What do we do? Like, how do you measure a penis? And so then I did this whole battery of tests. Like I did ultrasound on the penis and looked at blood flow. I did even things like I did urination speed, like how fast can you go to the bathroom? So you actually see a graph of like your max urination speed. I did, we did all sorts of measurements. And then we found this one device that did nighttime erections. And so on average, a 20-year-old male should have between 3 and 5 erection episodes per night, and have around 145 minutes of erections. And that's healthy. But then by the time you're 75, that reduces to about 50 minutes. So it dramatically declines with age. And so I measured my baseline, and I was something like 130 minutes, something like that. But it was like roughly where my age was at. And then we did 2 therapies. So we then went out and we said, okay, is there scientific evidence that we can look at that increases penis health? And we found 2. One was focused shockwave therapy. So it's a technology used for when people, for example, tear an ACL or a knee, and they're rebuilding that joint. Then we also got Botox. So I had those 2 therapies, focused shockwave therapy and Botox. And it increased my nighttime erections to the length of Titanic, the movie, 3 hours and 8 minutes. And so my nighttime erections are better than the average 18-year-old. And so it's basically like what that did is, it's a funny topic, right? It's like controversial, it's sensitive. But what it did is it actually explained my entire endeavor in one example.
Gotcha.
You can measure the age of a certain biological function. You can use scientific evidence to change that, like either reverse the age or slow down the speed of aging. And it did it with a topic people understand, boners. And so it's just really effective to convey that science and data are really helpful. And that also, this goes into like deep psyche, like what does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to be fertile? What does it mean to take care of your health? And what does it mean when you're not taking care of your health? Like when you're not sleeping well, your nighttime erections will vanish. So it kind of goes back to, it shows that like manliness is health, right? Masculinity is health. And you can't skip on health and still be manually masculine.
Right.
Now, women also have nighttime erections. So they're just harder to measure, but they too have the same episodes. So it's males and females, So it was really successful in explaining the entire topic. And also I think kind of an encouragement, like it's something your friends can be like, you having boners, man?
Right.
You're vaping a lot. You're not sleeping well. You're eating junk food. Is anything going on down there, right? Like, so it's kind of like this easy conversational topic of you can now talk about it in a way where it encourages healthy practices.
It's bro to bro longevity talk.
Right? I'm like, hey bro, like how you boners? Yeah, tell me.
Yeah. I see a lot of libido related problems with guys my age.
Yes. It's a big deal. I mean, I'm so happy we did this because I always wonder, like, are we going too far? You know, like it just seems like it's a really important topic. No one's talking about it. And it's like, it's pretty scary for a man.
Do you think masturbating is good for health?
I know the data we've looked at, there is benefit for ejaculation, right? For having orgasms, as it relates to prostate health and other things. So I think, being sexually active is generally a healthy thing.
As you're doing all this longevity stuff, and I'm talking about the whole body.
Yeah.
Do you feel your libido going up as well? Mm-hmm. You do.
Yeah. Like when I was building my companies in that 14-year, like I had no sex drive. It was gone. I wasn't sleeping well. I was overweight. I was eating bad foods. Just like sex was the last thing in the entire world I was interested in.
Gotcha. Hey, if you enjoyed this clip from the Ranveer Show, we've uploaded a ton of other clips related to a ton of other topics. So explore the channel because there's something for everyone.